My husband was over here singing along to his own song, which is the intro music. But welcome to my channel. I am Mrs. Best. Happy Friday, Junior, y'all. We are here with James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel.
Hey.
I'm sorry we so late, y'all. I do hope that you subscribe to James's channel. He has a lot of good shows that are going to be coming back, such as Bell Collective. He will also be covering new shows like the Bell Collective Birmingham with Stormy Steele, which I love. He's also doing Love and Marriage Until It Dies. And it's like a cockroach, it won't die. And then he has Real Housewives of Salt Lake City we're finishing up, as well as Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine. So please tap in with his channel. Tap in. It's free. Also see the description for other YouTubers such as Kiwan JTV, who we will be live with on Saturday morning to go over Love During Lockup, and Shayna_MCD, and the fool that is my husband, Oh So Best, who's singing along to himself. Let's get into Love and Hip Hop, y'all. Love and Hip Hop irked my absolute. My teeth was itching.
Let me take over from here. Y'all, I ain't never seen so much foolery and fuckery in all of my life. When I tell y'all, I have never seen grown-ass women act so ridiculous and stupid in all of my life. Like, literally, I was literally yelling at my screen every scene, and I don't do that. I'm usually, like, texting Mrs. Best, like, oh, my God, girl, look at these fools. Look at this. I'm literally screaming at the TV. I'm lucky I ain't got no man no more because he probably would have put my ass out. So, yes, it was a mess.
Let me tell you, I was watching it. My husband got on headphones. He's, oh, what? Because it was annoying. It was very annoying and childish, y'all. This episode on the outs, I feel on the outs. And I thought it would end at episode 10, but we're going to keep going. We start the episode with Trina, Joy, and Hot Topic doing a photo shoot for Larissa, aka Boots. I'm gonna call her Boots on this channel because my brain, if we would have had our channel when Bucky came back on TV with that short wig and Scrappy, we would have been calling her Bucky. James still call her Bucky.
I still call her Bucky, but listen, that's Bucky.
For millennials, y'all got to understand, for true millennials, meaning you were born before 1996, okay? When we look at this woman, we see Boots and Bucky with both of them. You know why? Because that's what they went by. We didn't get to know their names in the beginning. We saw their names when Flavor Flav took their clock. That is when we saw their names. So, and it was like for a second. It was like a split second at the end of every episode. You see the girl's real name. And that was like, it's crazy that that was a big reveal back then. Like to learn the person's real name, you'd be excited. But Larissa and Joy, they haven't. So I thought she had her own hair extension and lashes line, but it looks like she's partnered with Joy to add lip gloss, I believe it is, to it.
Is that how you understood it? Okay. Because I thought they were collaborating. I thought Larissa had this business, but didn't have the social media following to really promote it in the way to make it go mainstream, meaning she didn't have a TV show or network to put it on. So I thought that they were collaborating their businesses and putting it in a one-stop shop to get the networking. That's how I took it. So, okay, I was wrong.
What businesses Joy got? She used to have.
She doing the Jennifer Williams, the Lucid. You know what Jennifer Williams had, that 4 different color lip glosses called Lucid. You could have sued that car company.
Everybody does a lip gloss line. And you know what's so funny? Boots, in your season of Flavor of Love, boo, we had Safari. She didn't even get a name. The girl who yoinked and fought the white girl and then was like, you want some lip chap? Oh my God.
Isn't that still
she actually became very successful from it.
Yeah,
so, it's selling at the beauty supply across the street from my house. So she's doing well with it, but I'm like, everybody seems to do a lip gloss line. Zoe Brinks did the same thing. I mean, makeup is lucrative, especially for Black women, because we look to buy from our own people a lot of times because our own people are the only ones that could get our shade right. When I tell y'all my foundations are all Black owned because no other company can get my shade right, it is the truth. very chocolatey. And apparently they don't account for that, some people. But they speak about Zoe Brinks, who was a cast member on the show. For those who may not be familiar, remember Zoe, she came on the show. She's from Miami. She's Haitian. She came on the show homeless, living out of her salon and with her man. She was a plus size girl. She ended up having the gastric bypass or the lap band. She had a weight loss surgery, moved to Texas. She's much smaller. I think she's like 200 pounds or a little over 200 pounds from, she was almost 500 before. So shout out to Zoe for doing that and getting healthy. So that is why she's not here on the show yet. But the reason Zoe comes up is because Trina is speaking of her because she spoke to her recently and she's considering doing a song with her. And Hot Topic and Joy are encouraging her, which is crazy because Hot Topic told her to get the surgery, going off, calling her a fat ass bitch, says she needed gastric bypass. And Joy was beefing with her as well. So I'm like, okay, y'all became friends and now y'all writing for her. But they don't fuck with Ching Diamond because they feel like Ching came as Zoe for nothing, which I think we all kind of feel that way. Ching basically was upset with Zoe because Zoe was like, why do you want to be with this man? Quez, girl, he a jailbird. You could do better. Ching took that personally because she said my man is not a jailbird, even though she said when she introduced us to her man that he was currently in jail and was constantly in and out of jail. I thought that's what a jailbird was.
Me too.
But okay, Ching.
Is it not?
Okay, Nebraska. That ice to you. But she basically, they don't like that. They also don't like what I think it really is. They don't like that Ching talks shit about a Miami artist too, a Miami artist in Miami. Because what people don't realize, and see, the Bay Area, our politics be real strong out here. One thing about people from the Bay, and I know y'all done seen this online, and I see people talking about us, you gonna know we from the motherfucking Bay, and we don't care, right? But you can't, like, it's just bad politics to go to somebody else's city, claim that city, and then talk about how nobody in that city is supporting the person from the city. You rubbing the audience wrong, the person, citizens of the city. And I don't think Ching was thinking about that because she was just thinking of her own perspective, but they don't like her ass because of that. And yes, Miami Tip did come by talking about her man and her son. I'm not going over that until I absolutely have to. James, how did you feel about the scene with Joy and all of them?
You know, I was so conflicted with this. I really was. And when we get to another scene, I'll kind of expand on that a little bit. I kind of felt like what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. I feel like y'all didn't like Zoe when she was on the show and y'all were talking shit about her. Y'all didn't do anything different than what Ching Diamond did. And I do agree that Ching Diamond did it in a grimy ass way. I didn't like how she handled herself when it came to Zoe, but they all, at one point and another, especially Hot Topic, came after her. So I kind of felt like when we get to Ching Diamond scene, I actually agreed with her. I felt like that was kind of, y'all are capping. Like, come on. Y'all didn't love this girl the way y'all did. Like, come on. So I was conflicted watching this scene, and I was like, y'all a bunch of fucking flip-flopping ass damn women.
I'm going to get to that, too, when it comes, because she did have a point that is actually, honestly, a common point, I think, in a lot of cities for artists, especially for when I was doing music reviews and stuff. It seemed like artists sometimes get more respect, get given an actual fair shot. People actually acknowledge their talent and things like that. Sometimes it be people not even from where you're from. They got to go elsewhere. So you hear from everywhere, but I'll get into that later. The next thing we see is Shay meeting with Waleek, the gentleman who needs to cut his hair. But she apologized to him and explained herself. And when she explained herself, she basically said a whole bunch of nothing. She was just like, oh, I wanted to apologize. I didn't want you to see me in that light. You not apologizing for being mad at this man for keeping you from fighting? Talk about you was protecting your brand, little girl. No, we'll get to that though. But Waleek tells her he appreciates the apology, but he feels like it's important for her to be accountable. I said, please date women in the church, sir. You are better than Shay Johnson. And I'm going to say it. I don't give a damn if this man has been to jail or not. This man has a past like all of us have past. But the best people are the people who have a past and live experience and have changed themselves for the better. Those are the best people that you will want around you. And you could tell that he was kind of being patient because he saw some of himself in her. But he said that she should be accountable. She's like, be accountable for what? And he said, be accountable for the way that he was treated. He said he was trying to help the situation and diffuse. He was called names, disregarded, almost assaulted. And she said to him, nah, nigga, you judging me. I said, oh my God. Let me tell you something. Half of you bitches be alone and can't keep the men that you got. And some of them be cheating because of this shit right here. Behavior like Shay Johnson. And if a man says it, y'all gonna get mad. So I'm saying it. Because that's absolutely insane. If you can't see beyond your own self and your own anger, you will never succeed in your personal success in life. And I'm not talking about money, college degrees, businesses, and popularity. Like, to really be comfortable and content with who you are, you're not gonna get there, Miss Shay, acting this way. Because obviously she's not comfortable, confident, or content in the way that she behaves. She's sitting up there saying to Waleek that she don't regret her behavior or nothing like that. But obviously the fuck you do if you came to apologize. Obviously, you know this behavior is not serving you properly if you've been talking all season about this fake ass healing journey. I just can't with Shay. I just really cannot. But she doubles down, says that Waleek think he better than her, is judging her, called him Urkel, and walked away. And I'm like, Shay, you thought you were doing a big thing, but to give somebody energy like that you didn't even date, that man embarrassed you. And it's the same thing like what you did with Iyanla. You walked out thinking that you won, but everybody is looking at you crazy. Because first you went off on your 73-year-old auntie for telling you about yourself. Then you want to end your relationship with your mama and your daddy for telling you about yourself. Then you went and talking to MJ for telling you about yourself. You can't keep a friend for the life of you because when they tell you about yourself. So at what point, when everybody is telling you stuff about yourself and everybody has the same opinion, including the viewing audience who does not know you, do you have to sit and reflect and say, maybe I am a little bit of a problem? But shout out to Waleek. Single ladies that's worth something, call them. That's all I have to say. How do you feel about it, James?
I thought that was very audacious of her to go to this man who does not know you, just wants to really understand and get to know you and maybe fall in love with you. I think it's very audacious of you to go to this man and make him feel bad for him trying to help you and him trying to be a stand-up gentleman for you, and also try to control the situation, not knowing anything about it. I think that that's very audacious of you, Shay, to really put that on that man the way you did, and to tell him that this is the way you are, this is the way he's going to be, and that he, whatever the adjectives you wanted to call him that weren't positive at all. I felt like, to me, that was probably the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And if he had did that to her, we would be all up in uproar. But now that she did it to him and disrespected that man, and he didn't really have to do all that. He could have just sat in the cut and just watched, and then told her, well, it ain't gonna work because I see how you are in public, and judged her. He didn't come from a judgmental place. He didn't judge her for what she did. He just didn't want it to elevate into a point where it would affect her business, because that was a business event. Shay's one of those angry ass black women that are always stepping on her own foot and then getting mad at everybody else because she keeps doing it. That is so sad because she's such a beautiful woman. She's smart. And I just think that she's in her own way. She can't stop tripping over her own foot. She can't stop doing it. And the moment she realized that, she would be so much better off, because there's no way I would have fought Joy or Boots. I would have told security to remove them immediately. They are not invited. They should not be here. That's all she had to do.
Yeah, Joe. I mean, the thing of it is, Shay has had great success with her business, The Healthy Hand. Her products are, in my opinion, top tier. But Shay, if you want your product to be taken to the next level, end up in retail stores, end up outside of the US, things like that, the best thing that you could do is behave. Because those big brand deals and partnerships that you want, they gonna look at this and be like, hell no. Not for some damn pills that GNC sell already. It's just the truth. But I don't blame Waleek. I think this is the way that every man should handle a woman that behaves like Shay. And it just seems like she was upset also with the fact that this man valued himself and his peace. And
which is what you should see into a man. Like y'all ladies have to understand something. When a man values his peace, values himself, and values the work and the progress he has made, even though he said that he had made bad decisions. When a man elevates his life that much to where he now finds peace within himself, those are the kind of men you want.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kind of men, not the men that are disturbed in their spirits and don't give a fuck. The men who actually did the work, took the time, got to know themselves, got to be better to themselves. That's the men you want.
Mm-hmm.
So she don't deserve a man, to be honest with you.
Shay is in her own way. I think everyone sees that but her, which makes sense. But she gonna be alone till she's 70, probably doing this, hollering.
Yeah, hollering and getting disrespected. No, wait till we get to her mama, because her mama made the best point of all.
Yeah, she did. Michael and his hoe is chilling with their new baby in LA. And he has not had the opportunity to confirm if this baby is really his or not. So we gonna see him do this. But before he gets to that, he is talking with the hoe, and he says to the hoe that the woman in Ghana, he wasn't able to confirm if that baby was his or not. So the hoe is then like, well, damn, I can't really use this against Rada. And she then mentions to him that she's going to be wanting to move to Miami. And the hoe says it's because he is her family. That's her pimp. So, she wants to be near him so she could hoe for him. And I totally understand that, Nadia. I totally understand that. However, I think that this lady is an actual psychopath. This is my professional and personal opinion. I recommend any person who has the power in the state of Florida, city of Miami, and counties and suburbs surrounding the area. I don't know what y'all call it. Where y'all at in California, the medical code is 5150. But I personally don't feel like 3 days is enough for Nadia. I feel like the whole needs a 5250, 30-day hold, just to, help her see some things. You bitches got to understand, and I'm trying not to be mean. Having a baby is not going to keep a man. All you've done is stretch your own coochie out, put your own body through hell, give your own self parts postpartum just for the nigga to still act a fool or not stay. So I think it's wise that when people have children, that they should do so with those that the very least that they're in a relationship with. Because when you do it with someone that is in a relationship with someone else, where he's just allowed to cheat from time to time, the expectation to have a family is unrealistic. But you see, hoes have a different mindset from the rest of us. And I'm going to respect that and let this hoe in the way that she thinks. That's all I can do. And yes, Rada is still wrong, but saying to us, Nadia, that you are a big girl and knew that when you laid down with Michael, that you would never be able to have a family or real relationship with him because of his relationship with someone else. But now that you have a kid, you expect him to be a family. But you said yourself you got into this knowing he would never be that for you. So, the lady knocks on the door with the DNA test, and she's crying because the hoe finally realized that he views her as the hoe that she is. Because this is why you got to be careful, ladies, how you move. Because Michael Blackson is a tricky son of a bitch, but not slick. Because he did what most men will do. They will cheat on their main bitches with a side chick or a hoe like Nadia. And then when they go and be with the side chick, if she gets pregnant or something, the side chick is surprised that he wants a DNA test because they start to realize, damn, the nigga probably thought if I'm fucking him, knowing he got somebody else, who else am I fucking? Because it does look crazy to do stuff like that. So the lady came in for the DNA test, and Nadia's just crying, and you could tell she wanted to crash out, but was trying to hold her cool because she knows that she is wrong. He's going to have to watch this one day, Michael said. Yeah, I know, swapping the baby. I said, oh my God. Like, he did not care. He wanted to make sure that child was his before he loved it. And honestly, that's easy to explain to a child if the mama got knocked up and chose to keep them while he was with somebody else. Like, that's more so Nadia's explanation than his. But Nadia said that Rada is evil. What does that make you, Nadia? He was telling you this woman wanted to have a baby with him. You know that she's engaged to him. So he went and had a baby with you without telling her. How is she evil for being upset? You just supposed to be the hoe he fucked, not procreate with. Side bitches have a lot of audacity. I've never been one, so I don't understand the thought process, but how do you feel about
Listen, I felt a few different ways. One, right description, wrong person to give it. Because I do think Rada is evil, absolutely. Right message, wrong person to give it to, because you don't have to, because Nadia, you don't have the room to give her that assessment. I'm sorry, you do not. You interfered in that lady's life. So, and you willingly did it, you knowingly did it, so you don't have the room to call her evil. Now, Ching Diamond, where you at? Come to the front. This is how you respond when someone asks you for a DNA test. You let them do the shit and just to talk your shit, like you doing. Like, I don't know what you got to do. I don't know why you got to do all that. I told you this baby yours. When you get the results, you're going to look stupid. But go ahead, swallow that baby mouth. That is how you do it. Not sit there and cry, talk about he don't need no DNA test. That baby is.
Here's the thing. Nadia a hoe, but she a hoe that know whose baby is whose.
Absolutely.
Thing. I'm just saying. She a hoe, but honestly, hoe or not, if you a mom, in my opinion, you should know whose child you are carrying.
Whose child you're carrying, yep, exactly.
And I don't give a fuck what nobody says. If you do not know, you are trifling, because there are ways to have sex with multiple people without getting knocked up. So
exactly. And I agree. That's why I was looking at her saying, I said, that's how Ching Diamond should have been. If you knew 100% that was that man's baby, you wouldn't trip. She didn't trip. She just talked her shit. Mm-hmm. But she made sure it still happened. She let the lady in. It still happened because she knew 100% that was that man's baby. She also
said, so when you see that this your child, you gonna fund us moving to Miami. I said,
and that's another thing I want to get on her.
Gold digging ass bitch.
Why the fuck do you want to move to Miami from California? Stay your ass.
You literally trading California. You can have the beauty of Miami, the nightclubs of Miami, and all of that without the hurricanes.
Exactly. You stay where you at. Stay where you at. You ain't got to come to Miami. Like, especially, yes, if I had a choice, Miami or LA, I'm choosing LA. I love Miami. I've lived there for 2 years. I loved it. But the problem is that I will go back to California. One, I think Miami is more expensive, to be honest with you. I really do.
You haven't been to California in a very long time. It's not. Look at the stats list. It's expensive. Really? But California, we are now the Bay Area, just as expensive as places like New York City. And Los Angeles is not far behind us. You've been gone a long time. It's expensive as hell. As I say this, about $2,200 one-bedroom apartment. They robbing us.
Well, they had that in Miami. That's why I was... And it's much smaller in Miami than it is in Oakland, I can assure you. So, but I'm just saying, you just want to be Miami because you want to get quick access to him.
To him, yeah.
And I just feel like, to me, that's so stupid. Like, at the end of the day, girl, cut your losses, co-parent, and go find you another man in Miami. Hell, Derek Milano available. Go get on him.
I would never want to date in Miami. Kiwan, what's popping? Good evening. She said, hey, thanks. I didn't realize I missed the whole 21 minutes. My God. Today, I don't normally be live this late, but my day, when I did not get a lunch break, I still have not eaten. There's a lot. It's just been a long day. I
had a busy ass day today too. So yeah,
I was happy. First week after the holiday. So anybody back at work, it is hell. It is hell. People are still sleepy.
Some people still sleepy.
They are, because some people, depending, like in San Francisco, depending on where you work within the city, you've been off since December the 5th.
Mm.
Okay, these people are coming back, forgetting that they got to wear clothes to work, forgetting they got to act right. It's a mess. She said that baby ain't for love after lockup, aka Marcus.
And I don't think it is either because the timeline does not make sense.
It doesn't.
Like, it doesn't
It
make
doesn't.
sense. Like when she said that she was pregnant, that had meant you would have had to have gotten pregnant the week before he got released out of prison. So
Boom.
I'm just like, no, there's no way. There's no way I'm buying that. If that's that man's baby, then genetics have tripled the I cannot think of that word. Dang. Genetics basically have tripled into how procreating actually works. In that means that baby just says, and we know that's not how that go. And we know that's not how that go.
I could not. I could not. We're gonna take a moment to acknowledge our replay gang. There are a lot of people that watch us when we no longer live. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep us going. Keep our watch time hours up. Thug life. Glad to see y'all. And thank you to everybody who's here now. Also, I'm happy to see y'all too. Since we on the topic of Ching Diamond, she's actually the next scene we got to discuss. She meets with Rocky. Rocky, please stop. I feel like Rocky is like doing operations or cosmetic procedures on herself, and I don't like it. Like something about her is off aesthetically. But Rocky is Ching's manager who has no experience managing people in her career, but it seems like she's trying and doing a good job. The problem is Rocky explains to Ching, like, hey, your event was crazy. And Ching's like, yeah, I came late because it's me. I'm arriving. And I'm like, it's always some ignorant hood bitch that thinks that way. Nobody cares. You're just late. And usually people are annoyed if you late because they taking the time to be somewhere. And this event was random. It was just to acknowledge you. There's no album release. It was just to be like, oh, you're back after leaving and disrespecting the damn city that you're trying to get relevant in. It's like, Ching, humble yourself. Now, Rocky tells her nobody fucked with her because of Zoe, and she feels like she needs those big players in the room in order for Ching to be successful, which is not true. There are lots of people who have made it in Miami from Miami without connecting to people like Trina, without connecting to people like Trick. There are so many people relevant from Miami. Okay, Trina's not the only person to call. In fact, no shade, she'd be the last person to call. For me, at least. Because getting a feature from Trina is not going to guarantee that your career is going to do anything. Having her show up is not going to. For Trina is one of those artists that will do a feature with anybody, no name, no nothing. You DM her, she'll quote you a price. I know rappers that have verses with her. It's nothing.
Unless she was using Trina for unless she was using I hit the cord here.
Oh.
Unless she uses Trina for connections, like that's the only benefit I see personally for me to reach out to her. Like for me, I would say I know she could put me in front of, and I want the good connects, the ones that have not been on Love and Hip Hop before. I don't want the Love and Hip Hop connects. I don't want no Big D and Trick and all and whoever else. I want the connections that have not been on Love and Hip Hop. So that's what I would connect with her with to see if she could put me in, those kind of realms. Other than that, yeah, I agree with you.
She's smart. Now, Love and Hip Hop Miami was built around Trina. I remember when they was announcing it. But Trina is not connecting people to her real people outside of it.
She's not. That's why I said
smart. The way that these people be acted is smart. But Ching's dumbass says she's gonna go and meet with Trina and Joy and Hot Topic so that she could check them. And Rocky irritated me, but this was the right advice. But as a manager, this is not the time where you just give your friend advice and let them decipher what to do, because what she decides to do impacts your bag. And that's how managers should think, in my opinion. I come from a background in sales, okay? So you tell me I'm getting a percentage of something, I'm doing everything in the fuck of my power to make sure that you behave and get to the money, because you getting to the money means I get my check. I'm Kris Jenner. I'm on your ass. Like, that's just how it should be. But Rocky tells Ching that she's like, okay, well, if you want to go up there and express yourself and check them, do that. It's probably not going to get you nowhere in Miami, though. But if you want to get to the bag, go up there, try and have a conversation, work things through. Rocky should not be a manager, because
that's terrible.
You should be able, as her manager, to move around and help her connect with important people outside of Trina and them. Encouraging her to go and talk to this person like it's all or nothing, to me, makes no sense. You're also encouraging her, if you really fuck with Ching, separate from being her manager, you encouraging her to go talk with a bunch of bitches that she don't have a problem with. They have a problem with her off some shit that really don't have nothing to do with them. I get it for the city politics type thing, but as Ching said, and as James has said, y'all wasn't cool with Zoe like that either at first. Y'all really got at her, and she did feel not supported by her city. We cannot ignore that. But we're gonna come back to Ching Diamond at the end. But let me get
Kiwan in the comments.
She said Rocky is doing way too much, and she purchased those dimples. That's what it is. Thank you, girl.
You know what's funny?
Because I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Because y'all know how I am about those particular features. Y'all already know how I am. So when people do, I had a man one time, rabbit hole, y'all. I went on a date with a guy, and he fooled me because he didn't look like his pictures didn't look the way he actually looked in live. Like they looked like they were literally someone shot him in the cheek. Like that's literally what it looks like. And he had showed me baby pictures of him, and he didn't have them. And I was like, "Well, wait a minute, that's what the hell going on?" He goes, "Oh, I did this like 5 years ago, and they still haven't settled in." Girl, I was so fucking mad. I left that restaurant so quick because I said, "You ain't gonna play with me, Rocky."
The fact that people are purchasing
ladies, gentlemen, whoever is doing these surgeries, whichever doctor, I ain't mad at you, get your money. But if you don't naturally have them, if God didn't give them to you, don't go out and buy them. Because if they look like this, because first of all, her face is ashy enough where it actually makes it look terrible on her. Because she looked like she would have been prettier without them. I don't know why y'all do that. I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
Call her face ashy.
It was.
That, honey, that's called a bad contour. That's why I was looking. I wasn't trying to be mean and roast Rocky, but because it's her first season on TV. But baby, between the dimples and other stuff,
it was terrible.
Sourpuss is so busy running behind that deadbeat. Yep. That she missed. Did Rocky tell Ching about her taking her newborn everywhere?
Yep, she sure did. That's how you know that ain't really supposed to be your manager, because she's supposed to wait until you get off maternity leave, like your job.
She's supposed to encourage you to sit the fuck down so that you could heal faster and then let you go out.
Right.
Okay? Because you're not Cardi B, baby. You don't need to be out here in your faja waist trainer having a whole fucking tour before your fucking uterus can heal.
And if you, and that's why savings is important, y'all. Because I know this is because she probably ain't got no savings in the bank, so she got to get out there and get that check and stuff. Because newborns cost. Because there's no way you should be working this quick after you just gave birth. That's crazy.
She said, "Y'all are getting through this live because my therapy sessions have been heavy. I'm getting rid of all my stuff."
Well, hugs for you. I definitely feel for you on that. My therapy sessions, especially having a fresh breakup, have been tough, and I'm realizing things about myself. You will get through this. And remember, you don't have to go through these things alone. We are one message away. Whenever you need us, we are here for you. All you got to say is, "Hey, I need you." And I will be right there in that message. The same way you offered that with me when I was going through my breakup. We need you on this life. We need you healthy. You just got to do the work, and we are here to support you through it.
Yeah, therapy's always hard, but it's good you honestly are, whether it's YouTube, music, television, like stuff like that, engaging helps. But keep going, girl. Keep going. He did say ashy.
I sure did. That is bad. I'm sorry. Y'all say bad contour. I say ashy. I'm sorry.
I know what she was trying to go for with the look, but I think the implanted fake dimple is fucking up her ability with the brush, honestly. Or it looked like I'm not gonna get.
No, she looked like she just got it done. Like that's what it looks like when you first get them done. So that I could tell she just did that, and that's why. And it's hard because you're not supposed to put nothing on there when you first do them. So yeah, if God didn't give it to you, don't get them, y'all. There's certain things that you just should not do to your face. That is one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that. I lost a lot of weight. I'm 40 pounds down, and I lost my ass. I'm not going to go pay for one. But some people think that way, and that kind of worries me, and it's kind of sad. But Rocky, please stop managing this girl. Please stop. She says so is her makeup not blended. Y'all know I don't pay attention to detail. It looked like she over contoured. It looked like, which is like kind of like a highlight, but a lot of people don't do it right. And then it also looked like she might have needed like parts of her was shiny, parts of her was not. I feel like she did her own makeup in a rush. And I'm tired of her wearing these big ass like blazer outfits. I'm sick of it. But I digress. Do better with your client, Rocky, or enlist help because I feel like she's too involved. Moving forward, y'all, Miami tip.
I thought we were skipping this scene.
No, I said I must not talk about her earlier. I'll get to her when.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not going to talk about it long. She learned her man cheated. She crying to her son about it, looking like a Toy Story toy. And then she started crying to him about becoming an empty nester, which is crazy. Do not cry to him about that as he's going on to live his life. And she's talking about a relationship, tells her son that her dude Chuck cheated on her. And she was like, I've been with Chuck for 5 years. I said, I ain't seen this nigga around. You've been on TV. And then she says that she met him in a strip club. I say, you met him in a strip club and you're surprised that he's cheating on you? Niggas in the strip club is not there looking for wives and girlfriends. I promise you that, Miami tip, and you should know that. And no shade, because I know some strippers doing what they got to do. I have friends that have stripped. I have friends that do strip currently. And, every person is different, but let's call a spade a spade. You talk to any man that has the ability to be a good husband or become a husband or wants a solid monogamous relationship. The last type of bitch that he's interested in is one working in the strip club. It's just the truth. I feel like that in itself should have been a red flag, especially if you met him while you were still working in the club on TV. So he knows that every night you bouncing that ass and getting thousands of dollars because you work in a popular strip club in Miami. And then in addition to that, you getting money from brand deals, partnerships, social media, and the show. And it's unfortunate, but Miami tip, what are we supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this, y'all? She's been on this show since season 1. I can't tell if she's even a full-time cast member. I used to like Tip for how she moved. She has gotten nosy. Her man was complaining about that. Now he's elsewhere. Do you have anything to add?
I don't want to fault her in this, so this is going to come off extremely wrong, you guys, so please just work with me. But it seems to me while you was over there trying to be all in the martyr's business, you should have been in your own business.
Boom.
That's all I'm going to say. You should have been in your own business because to me, there should have been way more signs than you overhearing a conversation with him and the next woman talk about he getting, scenes on Love and Hip Hop so he can't be filming. Obviously, he's using you for clout, not anything else, because he didn't even want to talk about the drama.
Yeah.
Because he knew it would take away from him. You had signs. So
get to that. Well, actually, let's just discuss it because he skipped ahead. When she does talk to Chuck, which is her dude, he denied everything at first, but then he claimed Tip never let him speak, and then he was done trying to gaslight her, and eventually he did give in and tell the truth and agree to what she said. The scene with Tip talking to him did to me feel a little staged, and I didn't understand why they gave this to us. Now, I do remember, as Kiwan stated in the comments, her mentioning that they've been on and off. Nobody should be on and off with anybody for 5 years. 1, I don't take it seriously. 2, you on and off with this man for 5 years to tell you he don't take you seriously, Tip. And
Agreed.
Lastly, this was bad editing.
Agreed.
If she's been on and off with this man for 5 years, I'm sure there's footage somewhere that he's been included in. I'm sure she's talked about it, but we haven't seen any of it. So the producers just put this person on our screen a couple episodes ago and expects us to give a fuck about a breakup.
I just feel like
Hi, Shayna.
Hi, Shayna. You put a lot of insight to that because to me, I don't understand someone being on and off with someone for 5 years and then get surprised that they cheated.
Like, what did you expect?
What did you expect? Honestly, being on and off with someone, you guys, that means one of two things. Either him or you have commitment issues.
And why you got your kid around him? It's like, you've been in this life since he was 16. Why?
Why?
If
Like, yeah,
y'all
like,
wasn't even like official and have been so unstable. Because that's
right.
what on and off means. It means you've been in an
And
unstable
that's
relationship.
another thing that surprises me about her emotional state. Because if y'all have been on and off, this shouldn't be brand new to you. This should be something you should be used to with breaking up and getting back together. I don't understand why you're in this emotional state. Because something tells me, y'all, and I'm sorry, and I could be wrong, and I don't give a fuck one way or another. Something tells me he's cheated on you before.
Of course, on and off for 5 years. But she irritated me. I got down on my knees and I don't do that. That's the only time you get down on your knees and talk to God is when a
It's
nigga is playing
being
with you.
right.
I be talking to God on a
Hell,
weekly
all the
basis.
time. But I the
Like,
hell on an
please
hour,
help me through this.
on
Don't
three
let
hour
me
basis. Lord, I got these bills.
right,
Lord, I can't even go back. Lord, heal this knee. I got to get back out there. Lord, I'm getting too much
right.
weight. I got to eat better. Lord, please help me through. Like you talking about you praying, and God says you shouldn't pray over a few things in life that are just, you know, egotistical. A man is one and money is the other. You should not be doing this, man. You should not be doing this. Now, you could pray for God to guide you and to be better so that way you can attract better. That's fine. But I don't think that's what you're doing. So, yeah.
I cannot. This is the other YouTuber, you guys, is in the my words. The link to her channel's in the damn description. I hope that everybody considers checking it out. I have Shayna's link as well as Kiwan JTV, Also Best, and Watch Your Mouth reviews. Support them. Support everybody Black. I also like their channel and their content. So, y'all, Rada goes off on Michael Blackson in a restaurant. I'm not doing this.
I'm not either. I'm
I'm
not
not
either.
doing it.
Because I'm going to go to
She's
fuck
mad
off.
the baby is Mike's. He reads the paternity or DNA test, whatever the fuck you call it. I used to grow up watching Maury, so the paternity says. But he is the father. Rada knew it. I think everyone kind of knew that he was the father involved. Rada's going crazy in a restaurant. She throws a drink on him. He looked genuinely confused. Listen, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I understand women go through postpartum. I understand hormones are figuring themselves out and people are much more emotional. But in this case, I don't care.
I don't
When
either.
you tell your man that he can cheat on you and does not have to stop, what the fuck do you expect? I can't say it enough. So I feel for Rada, but at this point, Rada, I'm tired of watching you cry about this. Regardless of what you went through and how you feel, that child has a right to know their father, and you do not have the right to keep that child or your child from knowing their sibling. You don't have to interact with the mom, but it is what it is. You got with a hoe, and he's never going to stop swinging his meat stick around. He's not going to stop. He's telling you he's not going to stop. Every time you ask him to stop, he's not saying, yes, I will stop. He's not saying, I will consider stop it. He keeps saying, but this is what you said was okay from the beginning. So I don't want to keep seeing this shit. I don't want to see no geriatric lady in her geriatric pregnancy mad that the man who's also geriatric that she let swing his nasty pickle all over the place finally got someone pregnant. What does she expect? Shannon said the only people who feels bad for Rod is Claudia. James, care to
Let me explain something to y'all. I have
okay.
read this lady for filth up and down my channel. I am so sick of her. I'm sick of her. I am sick of him. I am sick of this relationship, and I am sick of them shit. I actually feel sorry for those babies. I do. I feel sorry for these babies. Y'all, the thing about being a baby is you never know what kind of parents you're gonna get. That is the worst thing about being a baby and being born into this world is you never know what you're gonna get. You hope that they got common sense. You hope they're equipped enough to deal with you and raise you and be there for you at 18. And you hope that to God they're not in this fuck shit that you see on the TV that we see today with this bullshit here. I am so sick of these two. This was a horrible idea for y'all to pick them up as cast members, for us to have to be reminded that she agreed to allow him to cheat even after getting engaged. She agreed. So the fact that she's sitting up here in this restaurant crying, acting a fool, telling her that baby can't come around her baby and all this and bullshit, I'm like, ma'am, do yourself a favor and exit the relationship because it's never going to change. And quiet as it's kept, there's another baby on the way. It's just that lady is shameful because she ain't married to Michael.
Yep.
That's the only reason why you ain't dealing with that. But this ain't gonna be the like. Let me tell y'all something.
I think
This
the
is not
baby
going
will
to
be
end.
handled too and gone.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is never going to end. I want her to understand this. This man is never going to stop cheating. This man is not going to stop cheating. He is not going to stop. Now, if he may stop fucking Nadia, or maybe not. I don't know. But he's not going to stop.
He's not. Honestly, Rada, right now, she just had that baby a week ago. That's the only time you should be not concerned because she couldn't fuck if she wanted to. Her coochie got to heal.
She give me the type that she would still fuck regardless of her.
If she want to ruin it, that's her. But
yeah, because I've known ladies who did like literally. I went to school with one, literally still fucking after 2 days after she gave birth. I said, "Girl, you lost your mind." Bust her stitches and everything was just stupid.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
Shay meets with her mama and she has this heavy ass wig on with a braid across the top and a braid across like the back of the head.
It's like Shay, Miami is too hot for this.
Shay, I cannot with you in these wigs, always going somewhere trying to. We done seen Shay doing water polo with a heavy ass wig and drag queen makeup. I don't know what's going on with Shay this season. Her hair and her makeup is too much for me in most of these scenes. But she meets with her mom, and her mom is upset. She's like, I need to go get some love from my mama. And her mama is pissed off. She says that Shay has always been the problem. She is tired of Shay embarrassing her, which I think goes all the way back to Flavor Flav. Y'all know what time it is. I'm just saying. But, you know, her mom's tired of Shay embarrassing her because her mom says, Waleek's auntie or somebody came to her and said that your daughter said he was Urkel. I was trying not to laugh because I know she was serious and I could imagine the church lady. And she did this on camera and called him Urkel. I said, oh, Lord, I know they prayed over that. But Shay's mom is pissed. She's like, you say you want a good man, but then you do this. And Shay's like, I tried it. That was who you wanted for me. It didn't work. And Shay is like, can't you see that you have always been the problem? She's like, these bitches came in and did this. I got to defend my brand. And her mom is like, when are you going to learn? There's another way you can defend yourself. Look at shows like Housewives, Shay. Bitches like Phaedra will cut you deep with their words and never even look like they ready to lunge or lift a hand. And we cannot like her for our reasons, but you have to respect the housewives with the exception of people like Portia, Toya from Married to Medicine. You know, the ones that know how to do their job without getting physical. You have to respect that. If your only way to get back at people when they harm you is to try and fight them, you a weak bitch. I'm sorry. Because anybody can learn how to fight. Anybody can learn how to fight. But to be able to use your words and conduct yourself in the manner of an adult and pick and choose your battles, it really is something that most people catch up and get like by their 30s. Shay is, I don't know if Shay's ever going to get it. Her mom ends up walking off from her. I don't think she's going to get it, but I respect her mom for trying to tell her. But at some point, lady, if you really gonna walk away, walk away. Stop filming the show with her if you're gonna be done. I'm just saying, because you could love your daughter without supporting the foolery. But how do you feel about Shay's mom telling her the truth?
You know, without knowing all the details of it, I do agree with her mom. I do. But there is a part of me that feels like that's not all that fair. Without, you know what I'm saying, without going into the backstory of their lives and what we saw on Iyanla and how her mom is. I think it's nice that they did start anew, but that kind of correction, you understand that she had to get it from somewhere. Because this lady been doing this all the way since 2005. She had to get it from somebody.
Well, we know that she got it from somewhere. And that's the thing. Shay's mom's already been accountable for that. Another thing is once you get to a certain age, you cannot use what you learned from your parents and what you went through in childhood as an excuse. It doesn't work anymore. Either
No,
you
no.
learn or you resist learning, and she's resisting change and growth.
And that's why I said that. That's why I said this. I'm conflicted with this because one, I understand her mama and how frustrating this is. Believe me, y'all. I hear Miss Sandra. I do. But at the same time, you keep trying to fix her, and it's like it's up to Shay to want to have that fixing. You raising your blood pressure, trying to set up with the man, and you know she's not ready for this. So
That's true. That is
my
true.
I think my defense is that I don't want Miss Sandra to keep getting upset and keep getting disappointed because you know your daughter is not going to change until unfortunately something drastic has to happen. You know your daughter want hood rats. You know that's what she want. She want one of them
But
old
she wasn't
men.
just talking about the man. That's the thing. She was talking about in general because
No,
she
I
didn't
was getting there. Yeah.
that. But as a whole, to not get focused on the man, like
No,
she's
I totally got you.
yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to relay that all the way too because we talked about the man and how she called him Urkel. I was trying to relate to like I was trying to get points and I lost my train of thought now. Sorry, but no, I just feel like you know that's what she wants. You know she doesn't listen. You know that as soon as a girl tell her you know something about herself, she gonna get mad. Like Miss Sandra, you know she's going to do this. Stop raising your blood pressure and start cutting her off. And like Mrs. Beth said, stop filming this show with her because you coming on this show and you doing all this, setting her up with Samantha and all this, that's not going to do anything. It's just not. So stop wasting your energy on. I know you ain't supposed to give up on your children. I'm not saying give up on your child, but what I'm saying is take a step back, like she says she did. I don't think she's gonna abide by that, by the way. But take a step back and let her fall on her own foot, like she's been doing. She's been getting this
Not gonna
far.
abide because Shay is really good at making her parents feel bad about their choices, and I think that they fall for it. I really believe that they fall for it because everybody needs to cut Shay off from her brothers to like temporarily, not permanently. But as James, something you said that is very true about Shay Johnson. She one of them people that truly got to hit their whole fucking bottom. When she lose all her friends and her family's not dealing with her at the same time, I think she'll get it. But I'm tired of Shay Johnson. I'm tired of her. I'm just am. We get to the Poshly Savage event with Joy and Boots. Boots, you look good, but I didn't like your first entrance to the show. I'm not letting that go. I felt like it was a little corny, but okay. You not gonna come on TV arguing about the Baby Don't Go video from 2007. No one should be angry for that long. I'm sure other stuff happened, but don't come on here playing with us about some stuff. Even Waleek said it, and you did all of that over some beef from 15 years ago.
Right.
I feel like that's what pissed Shay off because he called a spade a spade. You that bad?
Yes,
Like,
to me, I would have laughed. As soon as I saw her, I would have fell out laughing.
like what? 15
Like,
years ago. We still
okay,
mad?
that old ass shit.
Each other inside. We got it's on site.
That was almost the equivalent of when Rashida said she had cheated on Kirk. Some shit that didn't happen 20 years ago. Girl, that old ass shit. Really?
Honestly, the way Kirk has looked his whole life and the way Rashida has looked her whole life, I wouldn't have blamed you if you cheated on him yesterday, today, 20 years ago, or 9 years ago. Good for you, girl. I could not. Speaking of Rashida and Kirk, unfortunately, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is back February the 17th. Happy birthday to my favorite tiny thug, Zaira. That is her birthday. That's the positive for me. But we will be covering it. For those who do not know, I do not respect Rashida and Kirk or their marriage. I think it's a joke. I think it's a sham. And I think them flaunting it all over the world as if it's something to be proud of should be illegal. But we will be covering that. So we'll have Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as well as Bell Collective returning in February. Yay. And it's Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, y'all. At this event, Bobby and Hot Topic make peace. I'm tired of their fake peace, their fake beefs. I'm not going to go over that unless there's something you absolutely want to add to that.
Okay. Absolutely not. Move on.
Ching Diamond arrives. I'm sorry. Big girls, please stop doing this with the crop tops. It's not cute. On some people, they can do it. But when you walking in with your stomach showing and then the stomach under your stomach and the stomach under that stomach, is moving around. I'm
And
confused.
then your titties, the girl, like stuff choked
She's
you.
a beautiful plus size woman,
She
but
is,
she
really
needs
is.
a stylist
Like,
fast.
cause you shouldn't have to have stuff your titties in that little bitty ass top. Like, girl, I felt like one false move, we was gonna see them.
I don't know, Ching. Beautiful girl. She just needs a stylist. She really does. It's not even fully about the weight, but you have to know how to dress for your weight. You do.
Yes,
That is not fat shaming. That's just a fucking fact. And if you don't like it, lose weight. I did. Um, but she arrives, tries to get through the VIP to Trina and them. They wouldn't go let her through until Doc Bobby was like, let her through. Oh, messy ass in the wig. And she comes through and Ching starts off okay. She was like, so I invited you to my event. And she tries to shake everyone's hand, but Hot Topic and Joy, because they're miserable, you just gonna refuse the handshake instead of explaining why you don't fuck with somebody. Do y'all not realize that you're a part of the entourage? You're not anybody to revel after. Do y'all not realize that? Because if Trina wasn't there, just saying, just saying. But they refuse to shake her hand, give her the cold shoulder. They ask what the issue is, and they explain that they didn't like how she was speaking about Zoe. They felt like she was mean to her. They felt like Ching Diamond used Zoe and disposed of her the moment that she said something she didn't like. I actually agree with them a little bit. I feel like Zoe was very excited to be cool with Ching, especially to have another plus size person on the cast because she was dealing with a lot of fat shaming and bullying from this cast. And I saw Zoe when I watched this season. I saw her try to embrace and befriend Ching.
yes.
Ching became upset when Zoe was like, you don't need no jailbird. And Ching is trying to explain this to them. They're not hearing it. Ching gets disrespectful and goes off. She stands up like she want a problem, and Joy stood up. I think Joy still be fighting people for Trina. I truly do. But I truly do, because don't nobody stand up in a dress with their hair done and makeup and stilettos like that. And her form was there. Okay, I think Joy get down. I just do. I just really do. But Joy stood up, almost fought Ching. Ching ends up leaving the event. The funniest part I lived for, and this is why I see why Kiwan say she loves heaven, aka Gael, aka Gail if you're James. And because Gael's goofy ass is at the event. I'm like, why is she here? Where is Flo? But Gael's goofy ass is there. And she was like, you know, part of being a Christian and a sister. I said, Gael, I cannot with you with this accent and how you talk. She said, I want to go and check on her because it is the Christian thing to do. I said, Gael, you was just fucking
Stop,
you was just fucking your
stop.
sister's man.
Right.
Then you was kissing on and fucking your sister's girlfriend. Then you was fucking on Amara's man. Then you was fucking on Shay's man. And now you talking about you going to check on her because it's the Christian thing to do? Like,
I can't, y'all. I cannot. She need to be on somebody's network.
Kiwan, stop it. Kiwan is on timeout. Kiwan said, I'm coming to act an absolute fool. Not my girl was doing the Lord's work.
Kiwan, cut that out.
Kiwan said her eye was on the sparrow. Okay. Gael said, but who I am? And it was funny because she went out there. I'm sorry. And the cameraman knew what he was doing because we see Gael walk up to her and the cameraman zoomed in, but then he zoomed out because all you see is Gael's lopsided BBL try to hold herself the way the pastor and ushers hold themselves at the doors before they close them. And then you see Ching's big ass, yeah, the bitches don't even fuck with Zoe. And I'm looking at Gael, she's like, I hear you. I'm just like, you know what?
I'm done.
Keep Gael on the show. I never thought I'd say this, and I know it's the end of it. It was the wrong sister that stayed. Gael should have been the sister we had from the beginning. And I'm mad the producers figured this out too late, y'all. Gael is comedy. She is natural comic relief.
I mean, I have never in my life, y'all, it was just, her timing was just so perfect. Like, I couldn't even take her serious. I was laughing the entire time. And all she could really do was just listen. She couldn't get mad. She couldn't do anything.
Because she knows something wrong with this girl. You know, Gael's one of those people that you meet and you like, you know what? I would never take you too seriously. Something right. You're not all the way there. You know, she's a bit touched. She is. She is. And y'all know she is.
But that was the most entertaining part of that whole, like a whole episode. I was hollering. I said, wait.
Kiwa said, she said, I'm going to pray for you. Heaven will never, and I mean never pray for me.
No.
What is praying for this girl who came into an event she was not invited to cuss out some people she needed in her career? Go ahead and pray for her, Gael. Pray for yourself too, Heaven. Maybe prayer is why she's here and Flo is not.
We know why Flo not here, and thank God.
Listen, the Lord forgives. If God can forgive Gael, why can't we? Hell, Flo did.
I never really had. Let me explain some. Gael did some fucked up shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Gael did some shit that I would never even think to do. But I gotta admit, she got the shit started on the show. Like, a lot of the drama and the entertaining shit did come from Gael. It really did. No matter how crazy it was, or no matter how like special it was, it did come from her. Yeah, we know.
We know. So something got to be wrong. She said, I want to mention Joy as a bird. Yes. Joy has always been a bird. A lot of people feel differently from me, but I was talking with my hair braider about this earlier. I feel like when it comes to Joy and the situation with her sister Samantha, I feel like they are both telling the truth, and these bitches are not connecting the fact that the man may have lied, which is probably why he don't want to deal with it. But if we pay attention, they both admit that Samantha had him first. So I'm looking at Joy. I'm like, how you going to tell your sister not to be with somebody just for you to end up married with him? And then you're mad at the dad side of the family because everyone knew that the sister was with him first, but you didn't fuck with the dad side of the family like that. So why would you? No. Why would they tell you?
I gave up trying to understand that situation. I did. I gave up because
it
didn't
make
sense.
TV talk about you don't want him. So why are you so upset? Because I'm sure Trick done cheated on both of y'all with a bunch of different bitches.
I don't believe that Joy doesn't want Trick.
She probably does want him, but if you're gonna say publicly that you don't get to then come and be mad. But
that's what I'm saying. She wouldn't be doing all this. If Joy really did not want Trick, they would be divorced.
Joy needs to be off the show or remove Trina, because I feel like sometimes being around Trina protects Joy because she has more security than others, if that makes sense, which I've noticed. And Joy be doing some shit where Joy needs to get popped in the mouth at this point. She's been popping balloons, yelling, telling somebody's mama, even though she did not technically disrespect her mom. If you yell to my mom, I'm a serpent, bitch, it's on sight every fucking time I see you. Don't even say or speak to my mama.
Here's the thing.
Talk to anybody I care about.
I'm about to get canceled for saying this, but I did not know what that meant.
What?
A serpent. I did not know what that meant.
A what? I didn't hear you, Ma.
A serpent. Is that what it's called?
A serpent?
Yeah. Yes. I did not know what that meant. Huh. I swear, I did not know what that meant. I did not know what that was. So when she said it, I was like, I was 100% confused. Like, what is that? I had to Google it, y'all. Okay. But hey, you live and you learn. Sometimes not everybody knows all, terminology and knowledge. Not everybody has all that. There's a lot of things I've never heard before. That one is a new one for me.
Oh, Lord.
DM Rocks. Go to DM Rocks comment real quick, because this is addressed to me.
I think it's addressed to us all, but go ahead and drop your Bell Collective tea. And quickly, live is about to end. That's the end.
DM Rocks, it better be good. It better wow me. It better blow my mind. because I'm an inch away. Because that show I feel like has no recovery whatsoever.
Bell Collective.
Yeah,
I think Bell Collective has recovery. Love and Marriage Huntsville does not. That's the
I
show
think
that has no recovery. But Bell Collective, they can recover. They just got to get rid of or demote
I want them
Letitia,
all gone. The only person I will keep.
Tambra and Letitia need to go. He said, Dear Mark says, so Mrs. Enterprise brought a friend on the show for this season who was her mouthpiece and doing her dirty work. She's coming after Latrice and her and 2 other bells.
I heard that already. Yeah, I heard
Who's
that.
Mrs. Enterprise?
Letitia. Remember Enterprise?
Oh,
Letitia.
I don't take her seriously. That's why I don't affiliate her with an Enterprise. When I
think we don't. No,
think of renting a car. I don't think of that bitch. I don't.
That was the best comeback I've ever.
It's the truth. It's the actual truth. Don't laugh at me. You always laughing at me. Lord, did I be feeling bad? I got points with them. I got discounts.
But I think of Enterprise. I think of rent the car.
I'm serious. Don't you? Don't laugh. Oh my God. I didn't.
That was a good one. No, that's not offending anybody. I don't give a fuck about Letitia. But what I'm saying is that was y'all just said that was the perfect comeback to that I've ever heard. Ever. That girl said, hell, when I think of Enterprise, I think of renting a car.
I do. When we in New Orleans, and that's what I'm gonna do because I got a discount with them. I'm not thinking about her.
Also, on a serious note, I want them to get rid of everybody except for Carrie. I have not given Carrie a fair chance the way the others have had fair chances.
She could go.
You don't like Carrie?
I don't dislike Carrie. I actually like Carrie a lot. I think she's better than the show and should continue.
That's why I'm saying she could carry it. I feel like Carrie, honestly, I know she knows some entrepreneurs. They don't have to, and that's another thing. They don't have to be Black. Mm-hmm. Like, they can be any other ethnicity.
I feel like OWN is trying to be like BET Part 2 or 2.0 to a certain extent sometimes. And stick to Black cast, but I actually think sticking to just solely Black cast is in some ways holding back OWN as a network. And with some of their shows, is definitely holding them back. Like, I think if Love and Marriage Huntsville sprinkle some color in there, it would be interesting. I think that would be
I feel like, because to me, even though I didn't like Kaylon with her racist ass, she I'm sorry, but she made the show for me. I'm sorry. It was the Karen moment and then her going at Marie. Like, the only entertaining episodes were the ones she was in. I'm sorry, for me. Letitia and Latrice almost get into a physical fight.
You need glasses, friend? You leaning.
Well, because I'm far from my computer.
You ain't that far. I've been in your house. Get your eyes checked. Might need a second set of eyes. I'm just saying. For you. He's like, don't do that. You would denial, ain't you?
Hell no, I ain't no it's denial. I can see just fine.
Okay, Jay. Lord help us. These two almost getting into 2 physical fights. I believe they showed some of that in the trailer. At this point, let them fight.
Let them fight.
Let them fight. Like, if somebody, because didn't they almost have a fight at the reunion? Then the last reunion. Let these hoes fight. Let them fight. Because I feel like Letitia would get knocked on her ass so fast. I don't know why. I feel like Latrice is quietly messy because I feel like she got hands. I just do. But I don't know. We'll see. Bell Collective, though, I'm hopeful that it's not a season like last season. Last season was, I think, the worst season. I actually like Bell Collective. Carlos needs to stop putting energy into Love and Marriage and recapping other shows, and he needs to put energy back into the shows of his that are good. But, I digress. No one listens to me. Oh, yeah. Anywho, beautiful people, that is it for Love and Hip Hop. I thought we would be done after 10 episodes, but there is more to come. There's more.
The word on the curb is Booth gets into it with another cast member, and I'm just dying to know who that is.
I feel like Boots, if we think of her personality from Flavor of Love, she was cussing out and getting into it and very opinionated with everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised she fell out with Shay because of that. but I wouldn't be surprised if she got into it with someone else. But why sign someone on for a 1-season contract? I'm so confused on what BET is doing, but what can we do? Tomorrow, you guys, love during lockup, love after lockup, love during lockup. It does air. We will be recapping that on Saturday. Tonight, I have another show, Beverly Hills, with the MLM shady girl on there. Beverly Hills comes on tonight. It has been a snooze fest, so it'll likely be a quicker live, but we'll do that live tomorrow. I appreciate everybody who's here, DM Rocks, Kiwan J, Shayna, and everyone else. Please subscribe to James's channel as well, because he also has lives where we do sometimes just discuss things, his unpopular opinions, pop culture, hot topics, all of that. Please subscribe to his channel.
I should do a dates video. We got a lot of reality TV shows coming back.
We actually do. Whenever you're ready, I'm down. Honestly, I enjoy those more than our structure.
Okay, I'll put something together tomorrow. We can go live after. Are you going to Housewives of Beverly Hills? Okay, we can do it after that.
Yeah. Beverly Hills won't be long.
10 minutes.
They're getting boring. I'm not surprised. But yeah, I love all of y'all. Shout out to everybody. We will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and good night, James.
Good night, y'all. Bye.